Guys, welcome to Pen Dentistry. Hope you are doing good. I am Dr. Aishwarya with you for easy learning and better understanding. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go and subscribe to my channel and learn the dentistry in an easy manner. Incisions in periodontal flap surgery. Which kind of incisions we made in the surgery while doing the surgery, that is periodontal flap surgery, that we are going to learn here. Conventional flap. It is divided into conventional flap and papilla preservation flap. Conventional flap is that you are not going to prevent the papilla. You are going to make the incision and you are going to raise the lingual flap and the labial flap. Lingual flap or the palatal or the labial. Okay. In the papilla preservation flap, the papilla is preserved and the flap is raised. The picture I have shown how it is done, conventional and the papilla preservation. The first one in conventional is first is horizontal and the second one is vertical. In horizontal, it it includes the internal bevel, clavicular and interdental incision. Interbevel incision, also known as reverse bevel incision. How this is done? The 1 to 2 mm is the gingival margin. It starts from the 1 to 2 mm is at the bone crest. Bone crest. This is the basic incision in the most flap. As I have told you or as I have explained you about the flap surgeries, in that also the first step is internal bevel incision. Okay, it is hitting the bone crest. You are going to start with the gingival margin, away from the gingival margin and aimed at the crestal bone. The second one is clavicular incision. This is the second incision made in the flap surgery. This is made from the base of the pocket to the crest of the bone. You're going to make the incision from the base, as you can see in the picture, base of the pocket to the crest of the bone. Here the entire tooth is carried out around this incision can be carried out around the tooth. The blade which is used here in clavicular incision is blade number 12B. The incision results in V-shaped wedge. Once in the first incision is the internal bevel. The second one, if you are going to give, it will going to make the tissue in a wedge shape and it will be a V shaped. Here the inflamed granuled tissue. If there is a inflamed granulation tissue present, that will be removed with the help of the internal bevel and clavicular incision. Pocket valves, junctional epithelium and connective tissue fibers. If these things are present, that is junctional epithelium containing the connective tissue fibers, fibrosis has occurred, or the pocket present at the lateral walls of the gingiva and the sulcus, that will be removed with the clavicular incision, as you can see in the picture. Internal dental, interdental incision. This incision is given after the clavicular incision with the periosteal elevators, and this incision is used to separate the wedge-shaped tissue from the flap, from the bone. Okay, this is to separate the flap from the bone. This gives the accessibility to the periodontal surgeon, and this is the third incision, that is interdental incision. After doing the interdental incision, the curettage is done. Why curettage is done? Because of the presence of the granulation tissue and irritants that will be present at the root area, that will be curettage with the help of the curettes, and root planning will be done after the incision of the after the interdental incision is made. So these are the three types of horizontal incision, that is internal bevel, first one, second one is clavicular, and the third one is interdental incision. Now vertical incision. What is the vertical incision? Oblique. This is also, here comes the oblique releasing incision. It is done on one or both the end of the horizontal incision. Taking the horizontal incision, it is done on both the horizontal incision, both the ends. Here, if the flap has displaced, the incision at both the end is made. Another use of the vertical incision is it is the presence of deep isolate pocket. If the presence of isolated deep pocket is there, you will going to do the vertical incision, that is oblique releasing incision. It is extending beyond the mucogingival junction for easy displacement of the flap. Vertical incision should be made while doing the vertical incision, this oblique releasing incision, we should make such that so it is extending beyond the mucogingival junction for the easy displacement of the flap. Okay. Now the last one is the papilla preservation flap. Here, as you can see in the picture, that papilla is preserved. The clavicular incision with no incision across the interdental papilla. You are not going to use the interdental papilla incision here because interdental papilla incision cuts the papilla. That's why we are not going to go with the interdental papilla incision. And here the incision is preserved. Clavicular incision is the last step. Okay, this is the incisions in periodontal flap surgery. The first type which we use is conventional flap, and the second one is the papilla preservation flap. If you like the video and understood well, please subscribe and hit the bell icon for the latest upcoming videos. And share this video to your friends and your batchmates for easy learning and better understanding. Keep watching Pen Dentistry. If you want to know more about me, links are in description box. And for latest updates, you can also join our Telegram group. Keep watching Pen Dentistry.